Okay, Rabotai, welcome everyone to another Wednesday night shiur here at Derech Emet Torah Center, 2013 East 13th Street. Rabotai, what do you have? Leah Bat? I would like to dedicate the shiur to a special big tzaddik. His name is Daniel Shalom Ben Yelanit. He's a very big tzaddik, and as he's been calling and Baruch Hashem, he's been doing very good work to Klal Yisrael. I want to give him a big hazah baruch, and I'm dedicating this shiur Bezrat Hashem special for him. Rabotai, listen carefully, please. You ready? We're going to start with the Birkat Kohanim. This week's Parashat, you have a lot of goods. You have, by the way, this week that's coming up, the Parashat, you know how many Pesukim is there? Who knows?
152.
Wrong. Almost, but that's actually close. Anybody want to take another guess?
167?
Wrong.
What's the question?
Close. 176 Pesukim. This is the longest Parashat of the year. And you know why? Should I tell you why? Because we just finished Shavuot. And we want to show Hashem, we love Torah so much. We want to hear more Pesukim of your Torah. I'm not joking, Alfred. I'm not even joking. It's a legit item. We want to hear every pasuk. Not only that, the Gemara in Masechet Megillah has a whole debate. You know what the debate is? It's in Perek Shelishi. All right, Perek Shelishi. Maybe the first Amud do this. Second Amud on the bottom. You'll see. Around this, the third Perek, okay, that's for sure. Third Perek, the beginning of the third Perek. All right, we got to freshen up on that. All right, so it says like this. It says over there, he caught me off guard, Albert. All right, it says like this. It says that in the third Perek in Megillah, it has a whole debate. You ready? It has a whole debate. Who should get if there's one extra pasuk? Who should get the pasuk? The Kohen, the Levi, or the Yisrael? And the Gemara goes back and forth. The Kohen should get it. The Levi should get it. No, the Yisrael should get it. And at the end, the Gemara says, whoever gets it, whoever gets it is praiseworthy. So from here, you see that a person gets aliyah, you should want to get, hadid. Again, when you're going to the Torah, you have to understand something. It's respect to get to the Torah. It's a kavod. You have to have the right kavod. And which is the kavod? You have to look inside. This is halakha l'maaseh. According to Rabbi Yosef, he says, if you don't do this, it's a baracha l'batala. Listen what he says. He writes, what? Baracha means you're saying God's name in vain if you don't do the following. Listen what I'm telling you to do. You go for the Torah, you get aliyah. If you get the aliyah, you're supposed to read with the Baal Koreh. Like for example, don't get him confused. But in your own language, when you're doing it, to yourself. You understand what I'm trying to say? Follow along with the Baal Koreh. Follow along, and because if not, sometimes you'll have a guy get up there, he reads the Torah, and he's spacing out, like he's like, he gets a long aliyah. For that guy, you got to be careful. What are you doing? But otherwise, you get aliyah, follow along with the Baal Koreh. Try and read it with the Baal Koreh. That's what you should really be doing. That's really what you should be doing. Again, don't mess the Baal Koreh up. Don't mess him up. Why? You're going to read by Debet HaMonai Moshe Lemor. He's going to hear you by Debet HaMoshe Lemor. Read with him, but read to yourself in that situation. Now, that when a person gets the aliyah, you have to know. So therefore, it's an honor to get a aliyah of a lot of pesukim. It's an honor. It's a zchut. You want to get the aliyah. Every aliyah is good, by the way. Every aliyah is good, but you have to get you have to understand. You're going for the Torah. You have to have the right respect. Now, by the way, which Gemara is the longest Gemara in Shas? Bava Batra. How many pages? 176. I'm giving you a pattern over here. 176. The longest Parashat Shavua, the longest Gemara Masechet Bava Batra, 176. And what's the longest Perek of Tehillim? 176. So you guys got it. You got it. Go on quick. But that's what it is. So we're so excited. The Torah, we just came out of Shavuot. We're so excited. The first Parashat, the longest Parashat Shavua. Wow, we're very excited. Now, let's get down to business over here with the Derush today. First, we're saying like this. We have in this week's Parashat Birkat Kohanim. First of all, you have the Sotah, you have the Nazir, you have Birkat Kohanim as well. And I want to discuss something about the Birkat Kohanim. There is a Gemara that says that at the end when it says Yisa Hashem panav v'necha v'yasem lecha shalom, Yisa Hashem is like like favoritism. There's no favoritism when a person does something. If you do it, you get reward. If you don't do it, you don't get reward. There's no favoritism in religion. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, you look good, you have good looks, so let me give you extra points. It doesn't work like that. There's no favoritism. If you do good, you're gonna get good. If you do bad, Has Shalom opposite. You got to do good in your life. You always got to do good. Now that being said, there's no bribery when it comes to Hashem. A guy says, "Oh, you know what? I'll do this averah, but I'm gonna strike the whole day." I'm telling you, I'm gonna strike the. I'll do this averah. I'm gonna donate. No, I'm gonna donate 100 grand. Rabbi, how much you need, Rabbi? 100,000, 200,000. I got you. It doesn't. The avon is an avon. Mitzvah is a mitzvah. You want to do kapara? You can do kapara. You can do kabbalah. There is such a thing as kabbalah, but a person can't do to sit and say, "Oh, you know, I'm going to do tzedakah." Like, what are you doing? You can't do any avodah. It's asur. By the way, the halakha says if a person is doing avodah, the halakha dictates give adra, but that there's an obligation to give all your money away, not to do the avodah. If let's say a person has the husband, he says, "You know, I'm not doing this avodah, give all my money away." It's worth it for him to give all. He has to give all his money away, not to do the avon. That's how crazy a sin is. You got to be careful. It's crazy. It's crazy. You got to be strong. You got to be hazak. You got to be in life. By the way, it's all in the mind. You know what I'm saying? It's all in the mind. It's all in the mind. You got to be strong in your mind, and you're good. You're good. That's what it is. Your mind's got to be with you. You got to be strong and be able to succeed. Now. Yeah, some people don't have a mind. All right, hopefully you have a mind. All right, so now I like to say like this. It says, Rapam asks this question. It says, the Gemara says that Hashem doesn't take bribery. There's no bribery. So if that being said, Yisa Hashem panav elecha, there's a bribery over here. So the Malachim asks Hashem this question. There's a bribery. You're favoring Bnei Yisrael more than anybody else. How could you favor Bnei Yisrael more than anybody else? That's the question. You get a question? How? So you want Gemara answers? Gemara answers because they eat a little bit, and they still say Birkat Hamazon. The pasuk says V'achalta v'savata uberachta. Eat, satisfy, and make beracha. What do? We eat kizait. Again, if you're eating less than a kizait, there's no Birkat Hamazon. Like sometimes people make a mistake because comes Friday night, the guy takes a motzi, they take a little bit of a piece of bread and they say Birkat Hamazon. No, you have to have a kizait. At least minimum kazait. Really, it's kabetza. Really, it should be 2 ounces. But okay, your guy goes at least kazait. Sometimes the guy has a piece of bread and say, "How come you're not eating more?" Rabbi, the good food's coming out. I have to save room for the mikshi. I got to save room for the kabbe. I got to save whatever it is. You're right. When a roast, I can't fill up on bread. I'm wasting my bread, my space for bread space. No, I can't do that. I got the good stuff coming. No, it's wrong. You got to have at least minimum kazait. Have a nice piece of bread. Have a nice piece of challah. It's a very big mitzvah. Remember what I'm telling you, it's a very big mitzvah. Have that bread. You don't know what it's doing. It says in the pasuk, B'kirbecha kadosh, v'lo avo ba'ir. There's a drasha in Masechet Ta'anit that says, what does it mean, B'kirbecha kadosh, v'lo avo ba'ir? The Gemara says on, you're around Yud, now I'm getting guessed, Daf Yud something. It says over there that your body is holy. So therefore, when you're eating something, it brings a holiness into you. When you have that bread on Friday night, on Shabbat day, on Seudat Shlishi, just know you're doing something so great in your life at that moment. It's a very big onig. Especially, I'm telling you, so you have to be careful, not just have that small piece, have enough of a shiur, which is a minimum kizayit. But if you wash it into layadayim, it's kabetza. It's 2 ounces of bread. Now that being said, what does Hashem answer the malachim? Hashem tells the angels, listen, they do more than they have to. So I give them more than I have to. Very simple. What do they do more than they have to? They don't, al pi halacha, it says, v'achalta v'savata uberachta. What does that mean? That's the beracha of Birkat Hamazon. You eat, you satiated, and you make Birkat Hamazon. That's the halacha. If I'm not satiated, I don't say Birkat Hamazon, right? But we have a halacha that we went beyond limits, and we said, even kezayit, we said Birkat Hamazon. Hashem says, I love it. I love it. This mitzvah, I'm going to show favoritism to the Jewish people because this is what they do. Even on the little bit, they say thank you to me. Wow. Wait, let me finish. So on this, Rapam asks a question. Rapam says, I don't understand. There's a lot of things that we do extra. There's a lot of things that we do extra. No, you don't do anything extra. Then the halakha, we do a lot of things that is extra, right? Yeah. So why are you only picking on this? So I'll tell you why. He answers that, you know what we're doing? Over here, a person might only have a kazayit. He's limited on his, he's limited on his material. He doesn't have that much. And yet you're still thinking, Hashem, this is what I love. Sometimes in life, a person might say, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have this, I don't have that. But you thank God what you do have, then already that to Hashem is a very big item. That to Hashem is like, holy wow, look at these Jewish people. Even if they have just a kazayit of bread, they have limit right now, they're still thanking me, they deserve it. You understand? And that's why I think, if you think this morning, somebody was saying, how many years did David live? 70 years. How did he accomplish so David Amelech, so much? Everybody's talking about David. How? Tehillim, David. I said, you know where the Tehillim was written? It was written, many of them was written when he was running away from Shaul, from his own son. They were all coming to kill him. Imagine a father-in-law is coming to kill you. Imagine your father coming to kill you, heaven forbid. And what is he saying? Speaking to Hashem is more singing to Hashem. Wow, Hashem says, you have so much faith in me that you could sing to me in a situation like that. I'm going to make sure that everybody in Klal Yisrael reads what you just sang to me. Yeah? Think about it for a second. David, his son is running after to kill him. What does David say? Mizmor Shir. He's singing a Mizmor Shir. He's singing a song to God when he's running away. Yes. Why? Because David understands 100% bitachon in God, that whatever is happening is good, and therefore that's exactly the reason why Hashem says, I'm going to pick the kazayit. Why? Because that is, you're limited. You might say, I'm limited. But you still thank Hashem? Hashem says, you're thanking the things that I gave you? I'm going to show favoritism to you. Very important point. About that, we got to go on. We got to go on and to say one more point. And that is a person, I'm going to speak about the Sotah and the Nazir for literally a minute. And then we're going to go on to the last point that I wanted to discuss tonight. And that is, it says, anybody who sees there's a connection right after we have the Sotah, we speak about the Nazir, right? So you have the connection. She quotes the Gemara. What's the connection between the two parashiyot about Parashat Nazir and Parashat Sotah? It says anybody who sees a Sotah b'kil kula, Yazir atzmo min hayayin, make himself a Nazir. For example, everybody knows what a sotah is, right? Her husband warned her, don't go, this is the halakha. Her husband, we don't do it nowadays. You're not allowed to do it nowadays, because if it does, there's no mei sotah. We can't feed him, we can't make her drink sotah. There's no mei sotah. We don't have it, we can't. So at the end of the day, right? We don't have the Beit HaMikdash. Yeah, you have to go to the Beit HaMikdash, right? You have to go to the Beit HaMikdash. But a person sees, we tell him, two witnesses, I don't want my wife going alone. And this guy, bottom line is, at the end, she says that she's innocent. We take the lady, and we basically, if you see her, we before we let her drink, before the drinking part, we like make her look very ugly. We make her look disgusting, and after that, she drinks and she let's say she blows up. She doesn't blow up. But the bottom line is, if you saw that scene, make yourself a Nazir. Why? Because what caused that? What led that to happen? Drunkenness. Drunkenness does sometimes people, they shtuyot when they drink too much. What? It depends. You not always, but some people, females shouldn't be drinking alcohol. You know what I'm saying? It's like a girl's drinking. Let's have a shot of tequila. Let's go around. It makes sense to you? You know, imagine right now. Imagine you're sitting around the table. Wait, pull me one. A lady, pull me one. Who are you, Bichla? Who are you? Like, what do you want? No, can I get one? Can Can you pull me? Come on. A lady's got to have more that class. It's not classy. It's not. I'm sorry to say, shot. You're a guy. I'm not encouraging alcohol. Okay, we're not here. Oh, Rabbi, let's have shots. No. I'm not. Okay. I'm just saying for a lady, especially a lady. You know, imagine you see a lady having shots. Let's go. Shots around the day. Oh, she sits there. Come on. It's not. It's classy. It's not this. Exactly. We can't say this here, huh? Oh, you gotta be equal. You can't cancel this. Feminism. But the bottom line is, first of all, you know what I'm talking about. Second of all, must be she drank too much, and that's what led her to that. So therefore, you see. So the question is really asked, why, if I saw it, just say, if you heard about a sotah. You heard, by the way, you heard what happened in Beit HaMikdash? This is what happened. So that's it, finish. Why do I have to say, you heard what happened? I saw the sotah. What difference does it make if I saw or I heard? Right? You heard a sotah, she got blown up, this crazy, this, that, oh wow. Why are you saying that? Just say what? What should you say? Just say that if you heard about a sotah, make yourself a nazir. What difference is it? See, not see, what's going on?
You can't cut your hair.
Yeah, nazir is you can't cut your hair. You can, for 30 days. The minimum stam nazirut is 30 days. You can't cut your hair. You can't drink anything that has to do with wine, with the grapes, anything like that.
For 30 days?
For 30 days, and you can't become tamimit. It depends how long you made the zirut for. But the pasuk says kodesh yiyeh. So yiyeh is gematria 30. So from there, the Gemara is doresh 30 days. That's what it says in there. Where is it? Which Gemara? Let's go. It's a short second nazir. Huh?
What is a koteh? If you see a koteh, you said.
If you see a sotah,
What is
I told you, sotah is a lady that did something in the sense where she went alone alone in a room with a man that her husband said not to.
So if you saw that.
So not if you saw that. Then she goes to the Beit HaMikdash, and then after that, what happens is she has to take a drink to see if she's innocent or not. And if she blows up, remember that? Yeah.
Or she
Rabbi.
she has a blessing for us.
No, Rabbi.
No.
She has a baby.
That's if she didn't do it. That's the beracha. That's the beracha. It says if she had all girls, then she'll have boys. If she had it keeps on going. The Gemara gives a whole beracha what she gets. But let's focus. The question is, why does it say if you see? What's the difference if you see or you heard? The answer is when you see something, it has more effect on you than when you hear it. That's why it's important to protect the person's eyes. Because when he sees something, it's more effective in your body, in your whole being, than just hearing it. Just hearing it. You understand? Hearing is, you can't hear either. You can't hear disgusting things either. But seeing is also something that it impacts you more. So since it impacts you by seeing, you got to go beyond and say, now then you'll take upon upon with the nizirut. Yeah? Next. I'd like to end off tonight with one last inyan on the Parashat, and that is, if you look at the end, it speaks about the korbanot. What's the korbanot that it speaks about? That it was the inauguration of the Mishkan, and we had the korbanot. We started off Rosh Chodesh Nisan. Every Nasi gave a korban. Every Nasi gave a korban. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Till the end. Now, if you look, one of the reasons why this week's parasha is so long, because about 80 pesukim, maybe 80 to 90 pesukim, repeating the same korban that every leader of the tribe gave. The first one, Nachshon ben Aminadav, gave this, the first day of the Mishkan. The second, Netanel ben Suad, and it goes on. It says the same exact thing that Nachshon ben Aminadav gave, he gave. Just a different person. So the question is, why are we writing the whole thing? Just write, these 12 people gave this korban. Am I right or no?
Yeah.
Just say, who are the presidents of the Nasi? Okay, these are the president of the Nasi. And they all gave this korban a day after each other.
Maybe because they all gave equal.
So I'm going to give you the answer. I'm going to give you an answer. I'm going to give you maybe 2-3 answers tonight. One answer is the Ramban. The Ramban says, Ki et mechabedai achabed, which means the one who respects me, I'm going to respect. What does that mean? It says they went ahead, they gave the respect to Hashem by giving a proper korban. It's not respect by saying, you gave this. How would you feel if I left the other guy out? How would you feel? You feel bad, right? So therefore Hashem wanted to give the proper kavod to each person, and He wrote exactly the korban and its name to it. I'm not just writing boom. No. The following people donate. No. This guy donated the chandelier. And we want to think this guy donated this. And this guy donated that. Why? You want to give they respected you. You respected Hashem. Hashem respects you. You have to understand something. That's a very big yesod in the Torah. Because I'm about to tell you 2-3 things right now that's going to blow your brains out. You ready? It says Rav and Rav Huna. Rav, there was one time a story with Rav, and it says that Rav was in his town. There was a plague, and in the town of Rav, no, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It says in the town of Rav. It says in the town of Rav there was no plague. Imagine a plague, Corona. Imagine Corona. Corona's going around. Came to the town of Rav, no Corona. What was everybody saying? Wow! Because of Rav, we got protected. You know what the Gemara says? The Gemara says, no, that's the next, that's Rav Huna. But it says about Rav, you know what it says about Rav? It says, no. That night, the people who thought it was because of Rav, they got a dream. From Shamayim, they sent them a dream. You know what the dream said? You think you need, you know what schut Rav has? You're diminishing the honor of Rav. Rav could save, who knows what? You think that you need Rav's schut for that? We don't need Rav's schut for that. And the Gemara says, no, we get it from somebody else's schut because he did A, B, and C. That's what the Gemara says. But what am I trying to say? Hashem protected the honor of Rav, saying it had nothing to do with Rav. Rav, you don't need Rav's schut for that. You know what Rav's schut could do? The schut for Rav could be much greater. What are you talking about? You don't need Rav's schut. It was because of this guy. That's what it says in the Gemara. Like in Shamayim, they were like in a way upset. You think, it's imagine, you did it. No, it's upsetting. You know who I am? You know what kind of schut it is? I could save the world with that. You don't need Rav's schut for that. Give me a point. Rav Huna's town, everybody had a fire around Rav Huna's town. It came to Rav Huna, he didn't have a fire. So wow, everybody's like around all Rav Huna's town. The reason why there was no fire in Rav Huna's town, it's because of the schut Rav Huna. So that anybody who thought that in a dream, they had in their mind, Hashem says, it's not because of Rav Huna, it's because of somebody else in the town did A, B, and C. So yeah, exactly. Very good. Right. No. So I'm trying to say that Hashem. Why do the people have to have a dream? Who cares? Don't have a dream. They had a dream that in Shamayim they're telling them, no. It's not because the schut of Rav Huna. Because the schut of Rav Huna, he could save the world with that schut. Who cares? Yes, no. Because Hashem says, you're going to respect me, I'm going to respect you back. You show the right kavod to me, I will show the right kavod to you back. You understand what I'm trying to say? You have to show Hashem respect. Now, what's respect? A lot of things respect. A lot of things. One of the things I'm going to tell you right now on a side note to respect God is in a Beit Midrash, in a shul, the way we sit in a shul, the way we act in a shul, the way you don't talk business in a shul. People think, because he's so comfortable with the shul, every single day he comes in, comes out. So therefore, you have to have the respect. How to pray to God. How to pray to Hashem. The guy comes with his tank top and his shorts, and he just came out of the pool, half yarmulke with his towel. Now, I'm telling you now, listening very carefully, I'm telling you right now. Again, that's why, Joe, I did not finish what I'm saying. I'm not going to say to the guy, don't pray. I wouldn't say to the guy. Nah, I don't have the shoulders to say don't pray. Nah, I wouldn't. But what I would tell you is, if you know you have a pair of pants and a shirt right by the lounge, and you can put your towel on and put everything and get dressed like a normal human being, then do it. That's what I will tell you. We have this guy over here, yeah? Can I say your name? Wow. I'm going to say your name, yeah? No? Okay, fine, I won't say his name. What was his name? So, I was going to say his name. Yeah, mind or no? If you want, I'm not going to finish it. If you remember, 2 days ago with Rabbi Abur, we were talking about what you... Can I say it or no? Can I say yes or no? Yeah, I'll say it. All right. So it says like this. So I would like to say it. So somebody he came in somebody in the shul says maybe you should dress more like how do you say, like with a nice shirt, and he said mensch, like a mensch, like more shirt. I didn't say anything. I thought it was fine. But once he said something, what did he do? He went ahead, and the next day, you know what he wore? He wore literally like a suit. I was like, what are you doing? Why are you wearing a suit? He's like, because I'm praying to Hashem. How could I pray to Hashem without a suit? Imagine. But what happened? Even if it lasts for one day, Shlom, it's good. But I'm just bringing out a point. You're praying to God. Show the right respect to Hashem. Show the right respect to God. Show the right respect to God. Isn't that normal to do? Is that too much to ask? If you can. Again, if you can't, you can't. I remember when I was a little boy, I walked into shul. I'll never forget this. I'm like maybe 15 years old, and I'm walking into shul. And, I just came playing from ball. We had a tournament. I finished the game. I'm like psyched. Okay, fine. Shul's now 7 o'clock. Going boom. I go to shul 7 p.m. Praying minha. I'm so psyched. I'm like the only guy from the basketball court that actually went into the shul. And the guy, I remember the older guy started screaming at me. Who do you think you are? Who do you think this is, a baseball game? You think this is a baseball game? You're walking with shorts in the shul? I turned all red, white, and blue. I'm like patting myself on the back 2 seconds. I'm the only guy from the basketball that actually came to shul. And now you're screaming at me? At the end of the day, I kept my cool. I heard what he said. I'll tell you honest truth. The next day I also came in with shorts. I'm telling you straight up. And the next day also. And I would get shambled every single day. Every single day. He would yell at me. Till today, and he passed away. Shalom, I forgive him, but I remember till today, stuck in my brain. I remember he would every day would shamble, and I wasn't coming at that time. I was young, 14, 15. I'm the happiest guy that I'm coming from the basketball game, playing with my shul. I'm going to shul. People my age at that time where I was, and I'm thinking like this. But then eventually it hit me. Finally, I said, you know what? Like you were saying, Joe. Not to go, I don't know if I would not go. I gotta go. But at the end of the day, I was a kid. I was young. I was a young teenager. But at the end of the day, you have to understand this concept of being mechabed borei olam, being kavod to Hashem. You know what I'm saying? Even when I gave charity, you know what I'm saying? You give tzedakah to the tzedakah box. You have $1, right? You have $1 in your pocket. You have $2 in your pocket. You have 5 singles in your pocket. I'm giving you an example. Listen carefully to my example. You have 5 singles in your pocket. And which one do you have? You give the most wrinklings one to the tzedakah. Give the clean one. You know what I'm talking about? Let's say you have $100 bill. You want to give it. I got to get rid of this, and it's cut, and it has a scotch tape. That's the one you put in the pushka. 101 to the shul. I paid the pushka, and then you're embarrassed to pay the rabbi because it's ripped. So you pay the pushka. I put me down, please. I put 101 in the thing. Which 100 did you have? You have a lot of hundreds. You have fresh $100 bills. Which one did you put? The one that was ripped and this and that, the ugly one, and you scotch tape, and you put it down to charity. You feel good. No, it's supposed to be the best $100 bill. It's supposed to be the crisp, the one that's crisp, the thing that the one that you want to keep. That's the one I want to give. That's the way. That's the right way. Because you're respecting God when you're doing that mitzvah. When you're buying something for your tefillin, you don't look for the cheapest one. When you buy a suit, you get out name brand, Hashubi, Doobie. You don't mess around. This, that. You walk in and what's that place called? The this, that. What's that suit? That famous suit, $5,000. Rayoni? I don't know what it was. Rayoni? Which one? No, you can come. Yeah. What is it? Ziani. Is it that? No. What's that suit? It's called Ziani. I remember one time I was in the store. The guys showed me the suit. It fit like a glove. No joke, like a glove. I was like, I'll take it. I get to the register, 4,700. I was like, oh, buddy, no sale today? No. These suits don't go on sale. I was like, all right, no. I'll get a different one. You have just a little bit, maybe 10% of that, yeah? 470, maybe, What's going to take away 0? No joke. So imagine that. You have people buying that suit. What happens when it comes to tefillin? You go to Sofed. What's the cheapest tefillin that you have? What's the cheapest one? No, I'm serious. Tefillin could cost you $3,000. You could get tefillin for $1,000. You can get it to $3,000. I was right. Why? Because the Sofed went to get you the most high quality. I'm telling you. the high quality leather for the thing, high quality, the housing of it, there's different quality of it. The cloth itself inside, there's a lot of things that go. The sofer that did a very, very good job in writing every single letter clearly. He concentrated. He did everything. There's different levels of situations. Now you go to a Yirat Shamayim sofer, and he'll tell you the truth. You go to Yirat Shamayim sofer, he'll tell you this is what's rice. This is this. You want, what do you want? Mezuzah. There's different types of mezuzahs. Taled. There's different types of taled. All these things. What I'm trying to say is, when it comes to mitzvot, respect God with the mitzvot. Ki et mechabdai achabed. The ones who respect me, I will respect them. I remember, I'll never forget. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this out. You can learn from me. I think it's an important rule. I was having dinner Friday night. Okay, listen to this. I was having dinner Friday night. The halakha says that you should, for the kiddush, there's different levels of using wine. What level of wine? Right? There's different levels. You what? No. That's the amount of drinking that's on Purim. But there's different levels of I know he's joking. There's different levels of quality. Quality wines are different. For example, red over white, the halakha says you must use red. You have red and you have white, you must use red. Red over rose, you still must use red. Wine that's not mevushal versus mevushal, not mevushal. There's different levels of quality in the wine that you're supposed to use on a kiddush. So I come to the house, and I have my one of my relatives on the table, and we're both about to eat, and I'm opening up the most hashuv bottle, like a nice one, the wine that's not mevushal, and I also had like how do you say, like the grape juice. This is the exact story. He had grape juice and he had the wine. So he's like, why kiddush? You have a whole big cup, right? And you pass it around. And nobody drinks it back again, Oh, I'm talking about the kiddush. Always, let's say I'm giving you an example. You have a very big cup. You have a very big cup of kiddush, and you drink it. But whoever's making kiddush doesn't finish it. So why waste it? That's what he said. I'm not making kiddush, and you're not making kiddush. He's making kiddush. I know him. He doesn't like. He'll drink it, but he's not going to drink the whole thing. He'll drink the 3.3 ounces or the 1.8 ounces minimum. That's what he'll drink. But the rest he's not going to drink. So why? He tells me, why are you wasting the bottle on him? Why? Like on this kiddush. Put grape juice. And after, for the main meal, when everybody washes for motzi, let's put out the nice bottle. So I was very adamant. I was like, no. Kiddush, respecting Hashem, we do the best bottle. This is what we're going to open up. Why should I wait to open it during the actual meal? I'm doing it now because I'm starting a mitzvah of kiddush, and that's what I want to do.
It's the most important part.
That's what it is. So that's how you respect God. That's how you respect Hashem. You understand? You have a mitzvah, do it the most proper way. Respect Hashem with the most proper way. And you think it's a joke. Oh, big deal. What's the wine? It's not that. It's a relationship that you have with Hashem. It's not the wine. Forget the wine right now. It's a relationship. Look, God, I love you so much. Right now, I know this guy's going to only drink the amount, which is 1.8 ounces minimum of the kiddush. That's what you have to have minimum, right, to drink, or to the eat course, which is 3.3 ounces. But I know for sure he's only drinking that shiur. The rest is going to go to waste. It's not considered wasting, because I'm showing God my relationship with you. I'll open up the best bottle for you, Hashem. I'll open up the best bottle for you. That's what it is. I'll never forget, last year, I'm giving out a shout out to Mike Fax. Remember, tell him tomorrow I give him a shout out. I'll tell you what happened last year. He's making another siyum this Sunday night. Last year he made a siyum at his house. Okay, I get to his house, and the siyum is gewaldig. It's amazing. He comes, Rabbi, come over here. So what do you got? He shows me a wine selection. Like the wine, not a wine. It's not a cellar. It's like a fridge. What is it called? Wine fridge. Well, that's what it's called, wine fridge? Cooler? I don't know. Whatever. But it wasn't like the small ones. It was literally from ceiling to floor. It was a very big one. I said, Mike, what is this? He says, this is where all my wines are. I was like, oh, wow. What bottles you have? He says, Rabbi, these are the top bottles. This is what he tells me. These are the top bottles. This is where I store my top bottles of wine. So I was like, wow, that's so nice. So why'd you bring me here? He's like, because in your honor, I want you to pick whichever bottle you want, and that's what I'm going to open up. That's what he tells me. So one guy was there, and he heard that. He ran. He's like, oh, Rabbi, I'll tell you which is the most Hashui bottle. He picks out about $800 bottle. Ask Mike tomorrow. He'll be here tomorrow. He asks $800 bottle. He picks it up. And he's like, pick this one. This is the one. This is the one. It was a 2012 old one. I don't know what it was. Maybe the cave. No, it wasn't the cave, but it was a 2012 bottle in which he stored for like 5 years from before. I don't know what he did. Whatever he did. That's not the point right now. The point is that I said, no, I'm not going to open an $800 bottle. No. I said, I'm not going to open it up. I put the bottle back. I'm not going to open $100. Which one's $100? We'll open up $100. This is what I told him. He says, no, Rabbi, the cheapest one I have is $200 over here. I was like, okay, open the $200. No, Rabbi. He's like, no, $800. So I was like, no, you have to open the $800. He said, Rabbi, do you want the $800 bottle? Yes or no? I said, yeah, no. Takes the $800 bottle. And he says, in honor of the Rabbi, we're opening up this up. And he opened up the bottle. You know how it made me feel? Even if I didn't want it, it made me feel like $1 million. Wow. Imagine right now you go Kiddush. Which one? Grape juice or this? Which one are we using for Kiddush? No, we're using the top bottle. I'm opening up anyway for the meal. I might as well start it with showing Hashem the respect and honor that we're going to use it for Kiddush. Wow. This is already next level. Next level. You understand what's going on? This is the way we have to conduct our life. Shabbat comes. What are you wearing for Shabbat? How do you look on Shabbat? You got to look spick and span, nice, not a dirty shirt, not an ugly shirt, not a wrinkled shirt. I want the most press. No, but Rabbi, Sunday night I have a wedding and I want to look good for the wedding, so I'm leaving my new shirt and new fresh dry clean for that wedding. I understand that. But right now you have Shabbat. You're showing God respect right now by wearing the nicest thing that you know wear. So what do you tell me? Monday night I have this, so I have to save it for Monday night. What about Shabbat? What about God when you're entering Hashem's Shabbat and you're saying, look what I'm doing for you, Hashem. Look, I had the wedding and I'm going to wear not such a clean shirt, but for you, I'm going to wear the best shirt. How do you feel like that? It's different level. Different level. Because you're showing God the right respect. And when you show God the right respect, Hashem sends you back 1,000,000 times more respect. 1,000,000 times more respect. You know how I know? First of all, this week's Parashat. Hashem didn't have to say every single person's korban, but Hashem says, you gave me respect by coming to my Beit HaMikdash, by giving a korban to me. I'm going to write you full-fledged, the whole pasuk from the beginning till the end. Everybody's going to see this, and they're going to read it every single year. For generations to come. Because you respect me. That's just a lesson for us to understand that when we do mitzvot, we have to do it to utmost respect. And like that, Hashem says, I'm going to give you much more than the respect that you gave me. Have a great night.